Welcome back to Instables Events. We had a major breakout with ABCL going 6 cent hours. I'm going to go over exactly how this one played out. Again, getting FDA authorization emergency use for the one and only antibody drug for COVID-19 under the ages of 12. I'm going to go over exactly which levels we're trying to hold above, which indicators will give us confirmation on a continuation from here. And all I ask in return for all of this is you smash that like button and hit subscribe if you want to see more chart updates on potential breakouts that I mentioned throughout the week. So let's jump into this one. So I'm going to go over two things with you guys here. I'm going to go over ABCL, then I'm going to go over the S&P 500, the 500 largest stocks in the market, representing most of the market. So as you guys can see here on the 1 hour chart, again, we got that spike from that news going to extended hours, and we did break over $15. As you guys can see now, we are below $15 going to extended hours here on the 5 minute, looking to see if we can have a continuation. And I wanted to go over this one because we could get FDA full approval. We're looking for FDA full approval here. So again, I'm going to go over exactly which level I would be setting my alert at. So that way, if it did break out, we would be alerted exactly when that news came out, in my opinion. So as you guys can see again on the 5 minute chart, we did have a little bit of pullback going to extended hours as we did have that spike. And as you guys can see now, we are testing the 200 moving average. We still do have the 20 over the 50. So if we do continue on up with the 20 over the 50 going to next week, and we do break over $15, then we will have this one back on the watch. So as you guys can see back here on the 1 hour chart, we did break over $15. If we do break back over $15, then we could have a continuation here. We will keep this one on the watch to have a possible gap up. We are looking for a gap up here to 1777. As you guys can see, we also do have a very strong resistance here at about 1650. So we're looking to see if we can break over 15. We have a resistance here at 1650, and then we have a 1777 mark that if we do break above, then we could have a gap up here to 1913. And if we can break over 1913, then we could be testing that $20 mark that we would be looking for to have that next break here, to have this continuation, to possibly test our previous highs at $25. Now, again, of course, we are a little ahead of ourselves here. We do need to make sure we do break over $15. We are looking for FDA full approval here. So again, I definitely would say this is risky to be holding, but however, if we do set an alert here over $15, then we could have news. I will keep an alert here on ABCL to possibly have that breakout. This is a play that I would be setting an alert early for, so that way if it did break out, then we could catch that news. Now, jumping over to the S&P 500, you guys, as you guys can see, we have been on quite the sell-off recently. And as you guys can see previously, we did have this continuation breakout because, again, Jerome Powell did mention tapering, but however, not as much tapering as we did expect. And as you guys can see recently, we did have this major spike to the downside. And the reason why we had this spike to the downside is not only because of the new variant, but also because Jerome Powell mentioning that we could have an increase in tapering at a quicker pace, which gave us that stronger sell-off here. And as you guys can see, we did have a bounce as we had a lot of news the next day coming out for the variant on mild symptoms. So again, we did have a bounce. We did get rejected to the upside as we had Jerome Powell coming in the next day, talking about a lot of inflation, not exactly healthy for the market and what they were looking for to have a bounce back. We did have a small bounce as we did have our continuation sell-off here, and we did have our continuation sell-off as we did have more variants found in the US. And as you guys can see, we had a bounce back even though we did have even more cases found in the US. The market reacting pretty strong to the new variant in my opinion, but however, we did have a consolidated day today. And as you guys can see, we did have a pullback today as we had bad unemployment rates today. And now we are looking to see if we can bounce off of this 450 mark. We did test 450. We did drop below it today, but however, we did not hold the body of the candle below 450. We did not have that large momentum candle to the downside. So again, we did get rejected to the downside here. Bouncing here, looking to see if we can continue to bounce back over the 20 moving average here on the forward chart is exactly what we're looking for. Now, if we do continue on down next week, we will be looking to see if we can hold 442. And the reason why I mentioned 442 is, as you guys can see, again, we do have our invert head and shoulder. As you guys can see, we have a shoulder and we have a head here, and we do have our shoulder, and we have our confirmation on that breakout exactly here at that point at 442. And the reason why I also mentioned that is, you guys can see previously we did have our continuation sell-off at this point, and we got rejected to the upside here exactly at 442. So if we do not hold 450 going to next week with the CPI report coming next week, again, the CPI report is our inflation report, and we also do have Jerome Powell next week. So if we cannot hold 450, we will be looking to see if we can hold 442, and our next support that we will be looking for here is at 439. So in my opinion, we have two scenarios here. Either we do have a double bottom here, we do break back over the 20 moving average, and we do find more bullish momentum, or we do continue on down as we do have our CPI report and again Jerome Powell next week that could bring us down to about 442, maybe 439 if we do continue on down and overreact to the downside. And then looking for a bullish run from there as we do have a lot of support here at about these levels. So again, SPY, the S&P 500, not too worried here, just looking for a nice support here so we can find more intraday perspective breakouts. And again, if you happen to be interested in intraday perspective breakouts, go to instables.com in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout alert today. Again, and everybody that has been supporting the channel, all of you bulls that have been coming over and supporting the channel every single day, I appreciate every one of you guys. Much love to every one of you guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will be going over AMC tomorrow, and I will be going over our Sunday night countdown on Sunday as always. And if you guys do like this video, it does help other find it, and it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.